Welcome to Learning from the Titans of Business. We can learn so much from each and every one of these mega corporations. However, we only have time for two. Those two companies that we have chosen have been the Ford Motor Company and Campbell Soup Company. So first of all, we'll start out with the Ford Motor Company. On September the 4th, 1957, the Ford Motor Company introduces their first line of Edsels on E-Day. Henry Ford named this line of cars after his only son, Edsel, who died from cancer in 1943. Up until now, this company has been claiming that they are making the most advanced automobile that has ever been made in history. So what were the responses to these innovations? Well, according to the newsman, not too good. First, they failed to understand the consumer. Next, they didn't live up to their hype. It started with many complaints stating that these cars looked the same as all the rest of the Ford cars. Some even laughed at the grille, saying that it looked like a horse's collar. Unfortunately, though, the rest of them just said that it was a lot of shoddy workmanship. So up to now, they have spent almost $3 billion on this failed venture. Sadly, though, this caused many dealerships to go broke, and the only advances seem to be the Tel-Touch system and the roller dome speedometer. Now, the Tel-Touch system is the gear shift that is in the very center, or the hub of the steering wheel. So how did Edsel do on their popularity rating? Well, that too looked pretty gruesome, as in 1957 they started out at 10, and by 1960 they had dropped like a stone all the way down to number 1. Now we will go over to Campbell Soup. Oh boy, does that ever bring back memories. I can close my eyes and I can just smell the aroma of that chicken noodle soup. However, we'll have to first start with the history. And in 1869, J. Campbell, a canner, and A. Anderson, an icebox manufacturer, joined forces to produce canned fruits, tomatoes, and other vegetables. In 1876, both Campbell and Anderson, due to many arguments, ended up dissolving their partnership. And J. Durrance was willing to start up a new partnership with Campbell, and in the end, that's what they did. The name brand of their soup at that time was under the name Beef Steak. By 1897, a major milestone was reached when Duran's invention for condensed soup was first brought out. This saved a great deal of money by reducing the water in the can. And here in 1894 is a picture of their new plant in Camden, New Jersey. In 1899, Durrance once again shows his innovative skills by being the very first one who put ads on the New York streetcars. By doing this, he increased his sales by 100%. In 1900, during the Paris Exposition, Campbell wins the Golden Medallion for Excellence. This can be seen on all your cans of soup. In 1916, Campbell's introduces a new innovation of soup recipes in a cookbook. This proved to be a very invaluable and incredibly important marketing tool. By 1921, at this time, there had been 21 different soups that were very well established in the marketplace. And in 1930, Toronto finally received their manufacturing plant for Campbell's. During the decades to follow the 1930s, Campbell's Soups would continue to go on to bigger and better innovations. They would continue to buy more product lines and introduce more inventions. And by doing so, they would end up expanding to many more countries. This would also allow them to be more involved with humanitarian causes. Not only has Campbell Soup's company been an outstanding corporate citizen, but it stands as a poster child for innovation, leaving its residual effects on society and academia in order to teach the true meaning of innovation. So in summary, what did these two titans teach us? Well, first of all, the Ford Motor Company was very presumptuous in its original market analysis. And next, we should never be dishonest in any way to the public. And in addition to this, we should never create too much hype on what we're selling. And in contrast, the Campbell Soup Company has had almost 150 years of absolute success at being innovative and inventing new ideas. And by doing so, they've been able to survive 2 world wars, 1 Great Depression, and they're still ahead of most of the companies around. Thank you so much for listening.